So another trigger of subjunctive are verbs that denote emotion. Let's see some examples. So here we have our independent clause, our conjunction, and then we would then have a subjunctive dependent clause or subordinate clause. And these verbs definitely show emotion. Temer, to fear; esperar, to hope; sentir, to feel; and tener miedo de is to be afraid of. Also, these indirect transitive verbs, gusta, molesta, and sorprende, when they're coupled with these indirect object pronouns, also will trigger emotion. So if we'd say, me gusta que me quieras, I like that you love me, right? Me molesta que me quieras, it annoys me that you love me. O me sorprende que me quieras, it surprises me that you love me, right? So these will all trigger, all of these verbs or verb phrases will trigger the use of the subjunctive in the subordinate clause. Tengo miedo de que él compre ropa demasiado apretado. Tengo miedo que él compre ropa demasiado apretado. I fear that he buys clothes that are too tight for him. That was all I could come up with. Sorry about that one, guys. Muy bien. So here we have these verbos, and when emotion is shown in that main clause, the subordinate clause will show the subjunctive. Here's another example. Esperamos que ella pase el examen. We hope that she passes the exam. Nos molesta que ustedes no vengan a la fiesta. It bothers us that you guys don't come to the class, or not la fiesta, la clase. So it bothers us that you all don't come to the class. There are many impersonal expressions in that no one actually does these. We just say it's incredible, it's strange. These impersonal expressions that show emotion will also trigger the subjunctive in the subordinate clause. Es extraño que, it's strange that. Es extraño que él compre ropa así. It's strange that he buys clothes like that. Okay? Es increíble, es mejor, es malo, es ridículo. Que extraño que. Take a minute to familiarize yourself with some of these impersonal expressions. Ojalá basically means I wish or I hope. It doesn't change in form. So ojalá always. And we don't need to change the subject. This is fun. Que is optional but often included. I see ojalá with que almost always. So the format is ojalá que, and then we fill in something with the subjunctive. See some examples. Ojalá que, I hope that, yo gane la lotería. In this case, ojalá basically means I hope. It's not a conjugation of a verb per se. It's a very strange word, but it basically connotes I hope. But we conjugate after the K in the subjunctive, despite the fact that there's no real change of subject. Ojalá que yo gane la lotería. So in that case, ojalá is kind of an aberration, but it always triggers subjunctive. Often uses que, but it doesn't necessarily have to have the que. You could say, ojalá yo gane la lotería también. Ojalá que ella aprenda la lección. I hope that she learns the lesson. This time we have a change of subject, but it's not needed with ojalá. And of course, in both cases with gane y aprenda, the subjunctive is used.